guys, today we're going to do a bit of a shop tour, a bit of a catch up of what we've been up to. We've been away for the last nearly month at a place up by Mount Lyford doing some very secretive work, so we thought we'd come back and try to catch up on our backlog of stuff before we did any more YouTube videos. Pretty much caught up on all our parts. We've just got one more kit to go to Dubai. You might have noticed that we've actually removed all our parts off the website for the last few months just so we could catch up. I felt like I was under delivering a little bit and it was stressing me out, so I want to offer you guys the best service that we can offer you here at Vinifab. So we've spent the last couple months catching up on everything, starting up a couple side hustles. Got a couple more people here helping us now as well, so we've actually managed to catch up on a lot of work in the last couple of weeks, which has been awesome. So I thought today we'll just do a quick little walk around, show you a couple of big jobs we've got going on, maybe talk about a couple other big jobs that are coming in, and give you guys a bit of an idea of what we do here, I guess. So this is a pretty interesting job that we've just picked up. We've actually got 3 of these to do. So this is Jeremy Webb's TQ. So we've been asked to make a titanium exhaust system for it, so we can obviously save some weight. I think these things are so even in racing that every single gram that they can save is actually quite a bit in top speed. So yeah, Jeremy's gone around and actually done all his nuts and bolts and TI and stuff, but don't want to give away too many of his secrets. But yeah, so we've been asked to do exhaust out the opposite side of what they usually run. I believe that they come out this side. Now we're going to do one out the other side. So we've actually designed up all our own merge collectors in titanium. So we're actually getting these all made at the moment. They just still need to be flared open for the other tube to slide into it. But yeah, so that's all TI. Still got a machine around the edges and stuff like that, but just been playing around with a few different ideas of how we're going to do these flanges. So these are actually TI as well, so they slide into the heads. They run a crush collar between that, which gives it the crush between there. So yeah, we've come up with our own TI mufflers. We're going to do hot rolled tube, so instead of using bends, we're going to try work out how to do a method where we fill the tube with sand, heat it up and pull it around to the desired angles that we want. So this is excuse me, a bit nerve-wracking but also very exciting as well, because if we manage to pull this off, it's going to be quite cool to say that we can do this. So another area of motorsport that we can cover now, so pretty exciting. We've got sand 7 in here at the moment. So it was already turboed and everything else. We got asked to see if we could make a 4-inch downpipe from the turbo to the existing exhaust, but it wasn't going to work with the current setup. So we've opted to remake the passenger side exhaust manifold, which I'll show in a second, and then make a new turbo manifold. We're actually going to move the turbo over, make a new 4-inch exhaust. If you come over here, so the turbo sat there, everything was over here and it just couldn't get past, so I'm going to move the turbo over and redo it all. Unfortunately we're going to move the outlet of the radiator over to here and stuff, so we'll probably chop the top tank off and remake that. But yeah, very cool car. I think I made 550 horse before. Jimmy's just wired in a water mesh setup to it, or sorry, installed a water mesh setup to it, and John has just been wiring it in. So yeah, so Sam's been helping us out lately. He's doing a new manifold for it at the moment, which has come out really good. If you come over here, I can show you what's going on. Sorry about the mess, James is on my bench. But yes, it's just been wiring it up. So we opted for a log style manifold on this one, just for the space and being able to get it to follow the body lines or the engine lines as much as we could, so we could still get the 4-inch downpipe out. So he's done a beautiful job of that. So we might make a jig for this as well, so if anyone else wants this we could possibly offer it to you guys as well. I'm not too sure, we're just fighting the time crunch at the moment. So this is Dylan Linton's 180. It's come to us. He's been very patient. He asked us for TI pipework a long time ago. We've ordered all the tube ourselves, and we were just waiting until we had a spot in here so we could get the car in. It's obviously been pushed back a couple months from everything else that's been going on. So we're just playing around with a few ideas. We're going to probably break this off here and redo this last bit, but we actually can't get a 180-degree TI bend from anywhere, so we've had to do that one in pie cuts. We'll have to get it around. So yeah, so we're doing TI pipe with both sides, TI air intake pipe, and then a stainless down pipe to the gearbox tunnel. So this pretty much sums this job up. Dylan wants the pipework polished and burnt colour, so it's like the blue, the gold, and the purple. But yeah, pretty cool wee car. So this is James's 20B Cosmo, JC Cosmo. So this is a full build, semi-PP built by the man himself, Mark Haynes. So this has actually come down from Hamilton for us to finish off. So we're doing pretty much everything. We're doing full rewire, or Jono's doing full rewire, full fuel system, the radiator, intercooler package, all the supporting rods around it, electric water pump. So we've actually made this radiator here and intercooler here as well. It runs one of our own radiator cores. We had real great results with here. So I can't remember what the specs are of the turbo, but I think it's a GX45 or 47. But yeah, so the manifold turbo manifold was already made, the exhaust was already made, and then we've just been lucky enough to be able to do all the supporting mods around that and get it going. So we're looking forward to getting this one done, and yeah, seeing what it can actually do. Should be hopefully around the 700 horsepower mark with a bit of change. So in here, obviously when the fuel tank's in, which goes here, the factory fuel lines go out the front and out that bulkhead. So this surge tank was already supplied to us by the customer with fuel pumps. So what we've done is made our own little bulkhead at the back there, and then we started to make our own hard lines. So we run dual feeds, which tee into a single feed underneath the car and go to the front. Obviously go through filters and stuff underneath. So yeah, James has been working hard making all hard lines. We thought we would try to eliminate any risks of any leaks or anything like that once the tank's in place. So they're permanent fixtures now, part of the car. So yeah, so dash 10 return from the engine, and then the twin dash 8 feeds which tee into a dash 10 underneath the car. So, and then they go into the factory tank, which has got the in-tank pump there. Alright, another big thing we've been working on here as well is trying to keep everything in-house. We were finding that we were having to send too many of our products out, which were delaying us getting it to you guys. So we've purchased a powder coating booth. It is quite old. It is something for us just to learn with for now. And once we get to a finish that we're happy with, then we can start doing our own products with. So all our intercoolers, catch cans, intercooler pipework, anything that needs powder coating we can now do hopefully in-house in the next few weeks. We're just going to come in tomorrow and try to set this up a bit better because it's kind of sort of stuck here at the moment. But we'll also be trying to do ceramic coating on turbo manifolds and stuff like that as well. So yeah, exciting times to come. Take number 2, sound quality from the other day didn't work too well on a couple cars, so we thought we'd reshoot them. So this is Ben's Chaser, good friend of ours. I'm still waiting for the new Hypertune intake. We actually were going to run the factory one, but James at JT Performance just did some back-to-back dyno. There's like 100 horsepower difference in the factory over aftermarket front-facing, so obvious reasons we're changing it to a new Hypertune intake. So running the G30 900 on this. New manifold, TI pipework, one of our intercoolers. This one's running a Link plug-and-play ECU, so John is just wiring and all the safety sensors and stuff in it at the moment. So yeah, so hopefully the next couple of weeks we can show you a bit more about this as it progresses along. Alright, so last time we shot the TQ, we were working out how we were going to do everything. So we've actually started experimenting now with the hot rolling of the TI. So I'm going to say this is this has taken a bit of time to work out, but I think we've finally got it now. So
I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but this tube's actually more gone oval than round, so when we go to cut the bend and twist it, it's not going to be a nice fit up. So we've got some other material coming with actually a thicker wool to help us prevent that. We've been talking to a few other people that do this as a profession. They've actually been very helpful with a few tips and tricks, you could say. But yeah, so you can kind of, that one's still got sand in it, but you can definitely see the first couple attempts weren't too great. But by the time we started getting it to the end, we could get the roll real nice, but the tube's just ovaling. So yeah, so we've got some different material coming. So this is a 1 mil wool. We're actually trying with the like a glass to pack it, and when you heat it, it actually turned to glass on the inside, so that wasn't really that good. But yeah, so I think we've figured it out now. We've just got the thicker wool tube coming, and then that should solve that issue. Alright, so we just had another one show up as well. So this is full resto. Started off as going to be twin turbo, 500 horse, now turned to big single, 1000 horse, well 800 horse. So got sequential, built 2.6. Just been ordering like a whole catalogue of parts over the last couple of nights for it, so I'm really looking forward to this. So a bit of a resto mod. We're going to pull the subframe, or pull the rear subframe out, sandblast everything, get everything repowder coated, new bushes, brake lines, everything is going to be new underneath. Should be a really cool car. Pretty much going to build this how I was going to build my GDR, but yes, I'm really looking forward to this one. So once we start getting some of the parts shown up for this, we'll start showing you a few of the things that are going to be happening with this. Very excited to do this one. Alright, so most of you have probably seen this car or seen the start of our videos. This is that car. She's seen a bit of shit since then. So big plans for this. We have pretty much chopped from the front of the rear seat backwards, so the whole floor is actually gone. We're going to make new chassis rails, so pretty much a 3/4 chassis car. New sheet metal, everything like that. The reason why we done that is it previously been done before, hadn't been done very nicely, so we're going to redo it so I can still have it on the road and, you know, have it how I wanted to have it. So we were trying to get the solid diff to where I wanted it at ride height, but if we were going to do a parallel 4-link setup, we were going to have to lift the seat up or modify the rear seat setup to be able to achieve that, which I didn't really want to do. So we've actually gone for an Alteza rear end, so we're going to run IRS rear end now. So it means we just have to do a hump, in the middle of the seat to run the drive shaft through. So we're going to mock up the subframe, we're going to cut the guts out of it, shrink it, and then I'll make a jig from that. We're going to lift the mounts, the mounting points to the car up, and then we'll make a tubular rear end for it. So still run the brakes, the hubs, all the rear end. We'll run shortened axles, run the Alteza 8-inch diff, which I think was the same as like a as a Supra or Sora 8-inch diff. So it should be nice and strong. I get the 4.8 ratio that I want, or 5.1, because the car is still going to be naturally aspirated non-turbo. So many turbo RX3s around these days. I really wanted to have a 13B on NOS, so that's what we're going to go for this. So we've just dowelled the motor, started. Jason's going to put it together soon. Changed the gearbox setup, so running a W58 gearbox now because they keep blowing the FC boxes up. So hopefully with Alteza rear end, new motor setup, everything, it's going to be trouble-free motoring, but yeah, always break something. But yeah, as you can see, it's going for a bit of a full restart at the moment. We've got new door skins coming for it, we've got new guards for it. Dylan and Jesse next door, they're doing all the sheet metal work for us. But yeah, found some gremlins, but it's all easily fixed with these boys helping us. So this is Rudy's 323. So just running a 13B Bridgie. Came to us as pretty much as the bare shell, so we've done a radiator, oil cooler, mounted the motor. Dylan's done window in, chrome in, sorted out all the interior stuff. So John is just rewiring it at the moment. it should make a cool little street package. So number 2 jig car, so a new black one. So this is the first kit that we're doing on that. So this is a kit that's actually going to dirt by V-mount kit, which we're going to incorporate the air conditioning kit into. So we're going to mount a condenser and everything on the intercooler, so it will aid cooling for the intercooler and also airflow for the condenser. So this one runs a V-band G35 turbo, 60mm turbo smart wastegate. Probably the last of our V-band manifolds. We found that T4 is a far better option. Boost response, manufacturing purposes. You think doing a V-band manifold would actually be easier, but it's actually way harder. So your 80mm core. This one's going to have this one's got a TI AST tank. It's going to have TI pipework both sides, TI air intake. What else? TI catch can. So this one's actually getting a TI catch can, the first one of those. So yeah, so stay tuned for this. This will actually be a really cool kit that you guys will all be able to buy as well, minus the V-band manifold of course. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
Hey guys, welcome back. This time we have another customer's car that we've just finished building. This is Ranui's very nice VF Commodore. So this car runs a LS3 turbo. So the turbo swap and engine setup was done by another shop that we deal with, Harman's. Great bunch of dudes. So then it came to us to do intercooler upgrades because the old one was heat soaking real bad. So we've done a plasma man, I think it's a Pro Series intercooler kit. Intercooler, we've mounted it, we've done the pipe work. We have done a whole bunch of other upgrades. I guess I could just pop the bonnet and show you, it's pretty easier. So LS3 turbo engine. Obviously a big huffer on the side of it. So this turbo setup was actually, I think it's a stage 1 from Boost manifolds over in Australia. So it still runs the stock manifold on that side, and then it does a U-turn back into this side and into the turbo. Big turbo to fit in that little space there with everything going on, so they've done a good job. So we've done new pipe work, blacked out the turbo, put the new billet rocker covers on it to try to tidy out the engine mount a little bit. We've just done a 1A IGN smart core upgrade. Well, some people say that the LS cores are good for 1000 horsepower, which they are, or plus, but they were quite bulky and they wouldn't really fit up the back where we wanted to put them, so that's why we've gone for the smart coils. So turbo setup, killer boost, stage 1. I'm not too sure on the turbo. So we've done new Pro Series intercooler, the pipework, the coils, give it a service. We've had a bit of a combo from Mark at Revolution and Jason at SAS to get this one dynoed. We're actually on the dyno, we had this on the dyno a couple times, and we thought that we were having issues with smart coils with the factory ECU. Actually turned out we had a dud spark plug, so yeah, a bit of a shame. Such the basics, eh? So it shows you that you can have brand new parts that fail from the start. So but yeah, it made 865 horsepower and what was that, 1100,
yeah.
On 16 pound of boost, I believe. So Jason at SAS finished that tune off. Thankful very much for those guys for going above and beyond and helping us out with this one. So we drove it up to here to Roden. We've been up here for the last 3 weeks helping with a very top secret project that we can't really share too much about, but so Ryan who lives down in Invercargill, we've never even met the guy, finished the car off for him, and was planning to drive it down to Oamaru next weekend, so, and then he was going to come up and grab it, so we thought we would test drive it this week, hour and a half each way, and it has driven so nice. It is an absolute stunning car, and hats off to him. He's like, I've always been a bit of a Japanese car guy at heart, but these quality of cars now coming through the shop and driving them, it's just making me start to have a new appreciation for all these other makes and models, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I think now driving it, it probably needs another 150 horsepower. That's that's kind of my opinion. 850 is fast, but I feel like if you're at this power, let's go a little bit more, eh? So not even twisting Rainui's arm, I just mentioned it as a bit of a joke, and he said let's do it. So if anyone wants a turbo setup that makes 860 horsepower, currently on this setup, stage 1, get in contact with us. This kit will be for sale soon. We're going to do Rainui a deal so we can prototype our own kits for these cars and start doing more of them over here in New Zealand. Such a wicked chassis, such great potential. Haven't really done much of the boosted V8 stuff, but definitely going to take more, do more of them now. I think they're just, man, just that power. It's really cool. I do struggle though with the revs. Like me and James took it for a drive last night, and with the yellow car or most of our rotaries, obviously they rev to like 9 grand. This only revs to like 6. It gets there very fast, so you really have to watch when you're changing gears and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this is a platform I'm real excited to get into, and yeah, watch this space if you guys want any boosted LE stuff. Cheers.